He was so arrogant and nonchalant. He didn't miss it on purpose. He thought that,
No,
these guys are little man.
If you controversies about it being sus and
no,
like
No, no,
how
no,
K,
no,
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 K,
no,
K,
no.
K, K.
I'm just saying what the
That
tinfoil
can
man
no,
them are
because
out
no,
there.
because people
The
people are silly.
tinfoil
No,
man
no,
them are
people
out
are
there
silly, and people are
saying
trying.
that the Moroccan people said, "Okay, cool, we get it. We'll give you
No,
the
no
penalty."
chance, no chance,
No,
no
he
chance.
tried to
Listen,
do it.
listen,
He,
listen,
he tried to
listen.
violate, man.
He tried. He want because Senegal players walked off the pitch
Yeah.
because Edouard Mendy was trying to get in his head.
Mhm.
He wanted to humiliate him in the worst way
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Right? It was pure arrogance.
Arrogance,
Right?
narcissism.
From him to do that.
Mane is definitely top five, easily.
Okay.
No, yeah, I knew where you were going with it when you was like speaking about the just introducing this little question. And I was just trying to think of like where would I put him, and it is so hard to like say he's out of the top five or even top three. You can even argue because
Mm.
of the accolades against his name.
About all the mistreatment that the Senegalese players and their staff had to go through in this tournament. So it did highlight all of this stuff as well. So it wasn't just on Senegal, contrary to what your belief in terms of these big media outlets. But social media allowed to show that all the that was going on behind the scenes that you didn't see. And that's why we had the universal coming together of people to say that they were delighted that Senegal won and African football won.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guys ST and Mr. K in the building. How are we doing, people?
We bless you, bless you, bless.
People, look, you guys don't understand the context of this, but like it's late for us to be recording. So first of all, I want to thank the man them for jumping on at this time because we normally record earlier. You lot will be getting a normal time for your viewing, but this is late for us to be recording. So I want to say I appreciate the man them, but we had to because we had to get the Afcon review going and we had to get it going whilst the emotions were still high. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Obviously, the we did the preview, what was it, 3-4 weeks ago? Not about a month ago, yeah. We did the preview and now it's time for the review. And there is a lot to talk about and there is a lot to discuss. But as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, and at the same time, share, share, share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Afcon 2025/26 is over. The winners, as you can see by everybody's backgrounds, were Senegal. There's no
And we
Senegalese.
didn't plan this as well.
Nah, we didn't plan this, but everybody
Oh, no.
understood. Everyone understood the assignment, and no one is Senegalese. Obviously, you know, ST and Mr. KA, the Ghanaian brothers. Obviously, me 115th Ivorian. Let's not forget that 115th Ivorian. But yeah, obviously Yardman. Look, Senegal won, but just to say Senegal won would be cheating to people that never didn't even were hiding under a rock and didn't see any Afcon because the drama that unfolded in the final Sunday night was absolutely
Mm.
crazy. It is you'll never. I won't say you'll never see anything like it again, but we haven't seen anything like this on such a big stage before. In a cup final, we haven't seen it. But Senegal won 1-0 after extra time to claim their second AFCON. Um, to give context, before I get the mandem's reactions to this. It was a final that was staged in Rabat. Obviously, the whole tournament staged in Morocco versus Senegal. Um, it was it wasn't an exciting game. I'll give it that. It was two good teams going up against each other. Both teams had chances, but as a spectacle, it wasn't the greatest. So for 90 minutes of this game, it was yeah. But there was Njai had a chance to score. Who had the header? Who had the header? Who had ST? Who had the header in the first half for Senegal? That the keeper saved. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know if it was Sek or someone else. It might have been Sek.
Yeah.
The one that Bruno saved.
Yeah. And then what's it named? The Moroccan the one that had the bandage. Was it the one that had the bandage?
El Alzori.
Yeah. He had a chance as well. I think what's the centre back? All good?
Again.
Yeah, he should have scored a header.
He scored, yeah.
But
had a chance as well.
Yeah, so there were chances, but I wouldn't say it was the greatest spectacle of a final. So for 90 minutes, it was okay. It wasn't the best. Then everything changed. Corner comes in. There was to and fro in between Hakimi and who's the Senegal player? ST.
I don't remember.
Yeah, neither can I. But there was a tussle. There was a tussle between the two. Hakimi fell down. There was nothing in it. Ball hits the crossbar. It goes in. Senegal celebrating. They think they've won it last minute. The referee blows the whistle and gives a free kick. Now, just to tell people, obviously, if they watched it, because a lot of people were saying, well, why wasn't VAR involved and whatnot? Blah,
he blowed early.
He blowed too early. So because he blowed the whistle before the ball went in the back of the net, VAR cannot intervene because it will be seen as re-refereeing the game, which they can't do. What they've been taught is to delay for a little while, then blow. That's why you see in the Premier League, you'll see something like that happen, and the referee blows the whistle after the ball has gone into the back of the net to allow VAR to have a chance to review it. That's what happens. I think that was the 92nd minute. Or was it the 94th? One out of two of them, can't remember. So then they go down to the other end. Corner comes in. Raheem Diaz gets dragged down by a Senegalese player.
Malik Jufi was that one.
Okay. ST, am I right in saying nothing was given at the time?
Nothing was given at the time.
The referee didn't give anything.
No, got sent to the VAR.
Got sent to the...
Brahim Diaz starts complaining. He's literally going crazy.
Yeah, berating the linesman, isn't it?
Berating the linesman and the referee himself.
No, I think that played a part.
That definitely played a part. So this is where we're going to go and speak about it. And then the referee then goes to VAR and he takes a long time to look at it as well.
To be fair to him, like everyone was trying to surround him in it. Man had to have security to look at VAR, so he had to take a little bit of time, but eventually he gives the penalty, which leaves everybody incensed. So the Senegal manager, can't say his name. ST looking for an assist here.
Pepe Thiaw.
Yeah.
Thiaw, yeah.
Basically, as players, let's get off the pitch. We're not doing this. This injustice cannot happen. Mm-hmm. Players go off the pitch. Everybody's vexed, going nuts in the crowd. There's general warfare going on. Senegalese fans have picked up chairs, like say it's WWE. Sadio Mane stays on the pitch. Everyone's saying Sadio Mane, the captain, blah, blah, blah. Idrissa Gueye was the captain.
Yeah.
Koulibaly is the national team captain. Idrissa Gueye is number 2. Mane is just a
number
player
3.
Mane is just a player that everyone knows, and it's assumed that he's
captain. Mane, they have a group, so
yeah, he's in the senior leadership team.
So he's the senior man.
He's number 3.
Yeah,
he's number 3.
So he stays on the pitch. has a conversation with El Hadj Diouf, has another conversation. There's some white man. Who was he that he was talking
Claude
to?
Leroy.
Yeah.
Claude Leroy. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
is he's a very famous African manager. He's managed
Yeah,
all over
has
Africa.
he managed Ghana before? I feel like
He's
I
managed
recognize
Ghana
him.
before as
Yeah, he
well.
managed
Yeah,
Ghana before. He's managed
he
like
married
so
about.
many
He's
African countries.
that brother's an African. I'm telling you now.
But did he
He
have anything to do with
I don't
Senegal
even know
FA or
why he was
anything
there.
like that?
no, he has quite influence because he's managed all these teams in Africa. I think
Okay.
he's sporting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been sporting directors of certain countries in Africa as well.
Okay.
He's very well renowned in Africa. Claude
Okay.
Leroy.
Anyway, so Mane then says, you know what? Bun this. Get the man them out the changing room. I don't care what happens. Win, lose. We're going to finish this like men. All right? So the players come out. Everyone's doing up mind games, surrounding Brahim Diaz. Mendy's coming off his line, not going on his line, coming off his line, not going off his line. Referee blows the whistle. Mendy still comes off his line. Mane goes up to the referee, tries to talk to him, goes back on his line. Brahim Diaz then decides to do the Penenka.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
The look on his face when he's like when he's waiting, yeah, I was like, this guy's gonna be. You could
He
one
was
of them
shook.
ones. Yeah,
the missus is like, yeah, he doesn't want to take this penalty, and
the weight of the
I
world
was
of
so
Morocco
vexed.
was on him.
I was so vexed I didn't even realize at the time. But
The
you
weight of
Panenka's it.
Morocco was on him.
Mendy saves it.
The weakest Panenka.
Yeah, exactly. The final ends. That's the last kick of the game. Goes into extra time. Senegal feel rejuvenated. Justice is served. And then we see the best passage of football in the game. Senegal win the ball. Mane takes it, does the back heel. Idrissa Gueye plays a through pass. And then Papa Gueye runs through, bruv. Storming through. Bruv, it was Yaya-esque what Papa Gueye was doing. And then left foot, bang, top bins. Said, suck your mum, bruv. Yeah?
Demonetized.
It's okay. We don't want any money from this.
We don't want it.
This is for joy. This is for joy.
Yeah, and then scores, and then it ends 1-0 after extra time. Senegal win the game. Now, people, you would think that was a summary of this whole event, which it was, but there is so much context that needs to be added, which is what we're going to get into right now. So, ST, first things first. What have we just witnessed, right? Because as you can see, African football is always fighting for credibility because people don't want to give the Afcon any credibility whatsoever. So when you have a spectacle like this, for us, the public, it's fantastic. The drama, the talking points, everything else. But just give us your assessment of what transpired from the 90th minute to, even though it was 120 minutes, obviously after, because that's extra time. But you probably want to call it like 135 minutes. That's how long it went on. Like, what's your assessment of that? What took place?
Oh wow! First of all, I couldn't believe what I was watching. You summed it up perfectly, TJ. Like the penalty the goal that was originally not given. I was, as you know, I was in the group. I was absolutely fuming. I was like, that referee is a criminal. How is he gonna give that? How is he gonna give that? Knowing the full well that was a goal. So I was still fuming about that. The next time, I was fuming about the penalty, but I was consistent. I said that's a penalty. The most annoying thing, but it's a penalty. Malik Diouf should never have his hands on it. It's annoying. It's innocuous. However, my issue is if you give that, that is no worse than the decision you gave to Senegal. And I was like, and even all the other antics that were going on. I think we're going to go into this as well, but I'm going to go into it now. See, ball boys dragging up the third goalkeeper because he's taken a towel, which these crooked Moroccans did as well for the Nigeria match. Constant fouls, constant kicking. And Mbeumo should have had a penalty against him. The Tanzania brothers should have had a penalty against Morocco. And we were talking, and back to your question about bringing the game into disrepute, it was Moroccans. It was these criminals. They're the ones that did it. If they hadn't done that, and if the referee hadn't made his decisions, this wouldn't have been an issue. But because Moroccans, I don't care. They're just full of corruption. They're corruption. They look down on us West Africans and the people below them and think that we're the ones who create the problems and the issues and stuff like that. But and they think that they're better than them. Yes, the football I'd say was probably some of the best football we've seen in the African Nations Cup in a while. Yes, the pitches
overall,
were good.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Overall, yes, the pitches were great, but the corruption and the bushness was still there. They were acting bush. How are you gonna get someone's towel because you want the goalkeeper to slip and guarding the towel? The guard in the towel throwers.
Man was marking the towel, man, bro. Like, you know how dumb that looks, bro.
You know how bush that is. that is ultimate bush. And you think that you think the sub-Saharan African countries would have done that, but no, it's the North African countries. But then they don't want to claim to be us, and they say that we're better than them and we don't do all these things. We're below the mind games. They tried to do it, and then what makes me laugh? They were doing it against everybody, and then it was blatant corruption, disrespecting the Senegalese players, putting them in rubbish hotels and all these things like this, constantly looking down upon people. That's who these North African people are. And then you go and then Brahim Diaz, and I'm gonna tell everybody about this. I know. Listen, I'm like him. I'm tapped. I would do the same thing. I'm looking to embarrass you. That's what he wanted to do. He was so arrogant and nonchalant. He didn't miss it on purpose. He thought that these guys are little man.
The controversy is about it being sus.
No.
I'm just saying what the tinfoil man them out there.
Because people are silly and people are trying.
The Moroccan people said, "Okay, cool, we get it. We'll give you the penalty."
No chance. He tried
to do it.
Listen.
He tried to violate, man.
Because Senegal players walked off the pitch.
Yeah.
Because Edouard Mendy was trying to get in his head. He wanted to humiliate him in the worst way possible. Right? It was pure arrogance.
Narcissism.
Right? From him to do that. And the Panenka people saying, "Oh no, sportsmanship." Stop trying to cover up what's going on here. Stop trying to cover up what's going on here.
It was sinister, bro.
Yeah, trying to make it look as though, oh yeah, because you knew everything else that was coming out, which we're gonna get into. Yeah, nah. He did that Panenka because he wanted to cause the ultimate humiliation to Senegal, to say, do you know what? You're not only gonna lose this Afcon, but this is why we are above you. This is why. That's what he wanted.
He wanted to I'm that guy.
He wanted that guy, and he wanted to be like, yeah. And what are you gonna tell me? It's finally here. Back to listen, bro. Anyone trying to say that man did that on purpose? You're an idiot.
They don't understand. You don't understand. He tried to embarrass the Senegalese.
That's what the tinfoil hat people are saying, man.
It's true. Like, trust me. If you play football, you know this guy was trying to. We're from ends. This guy, when you're trying to mug a man. That's what he was doing.
Man's trying to do the five-a-side thing. Man's trying to do the five-a-side thing. That's what he was trying to do. Nah.
You see, God. God said, "Huh? So you're trying to be evil. You're trying to do this. You North Africans are trying to do the nonsense." He said, "My God is stronger."
And he did himself a disservice because he actually had a good tournament.
Yeah, he did.
He probably would have put himself on the map. But
because the thing is, the fact of the matter is that if he scores that, he gets to play of the
tournament. He's the player of the tournament. Yeah. And he's been great. I'll be honest.
He's been really good.
And he'll get himself a good move out of Real Madrid, and he won't be second string. But he put himself back on the bench.
But we don't care.
Back on the bench.
Let him suffer. I saw when he missed that penalty, I was screaming. I said, yes, yes. I was screaming. I'm like, you waste men. You North Africans are crooks, bro. You think you could just buy the tournament in your own place? Man says sinister thoughts. He tried to be evil and do it, but you see, God said no, no chance. My Senegalese brothers are the chosen ones. And you see that strike, Yaya, and Van Persie-esque. I don't care. Top bins, I said yes. Bro, I am because I also went to go watch it outside as well. The way the Moroccans were silent, I was cooking them. Silly people. But anyway, sorry, yeah. And
Have
then
you seen the watch parties of the clips in Ghana? Where they're watching it in Ghana.
Ghana, we're
I saw one
haters.
clip. Yeah,
We are
the way they were
haters. I love
celebrating, and there were a couple of Moroccans in one of the watch parties I saw, and the way that they were chancing in their faces.
yeah, straight. This is what they deserve. They think they're better than us, man. They think everything they treat us sub-Saharan Africans, even in their own country, as we're dirt. Now, look, you see, like you had all the corruption, you had all the opportunities to win your home tournament, but you weren't good enough. You thought that you can cheat. You thought you can lie. You thought you can do the sub-Saharan slash North African thing where we are we are the we they're the masters and we're below them. But nah, cuz
Listen,
revelation.
I'm telling you, and Senegal did the business. KA, obviously,
Hmm.
what did you think? What was your thoughts? Because obviously ST and I have been very vocal in the group chat, but we haven't heard what you thought of what took place and what transpired um, in this final.
Oh, sorry. No, it's pretty much the same as what you guys have said, man. It was a bit of a wild tournament, to say the least, and only in the sense, obviously, you don't see people walking off after controversial decisions. So it's not like Afcon is shy when it comes to controversial decisions and like uh, wild events. So, but you don't normally see players getting called off the pitch, and then it come and then a whole delay and what you guys already talked about. But it's the result that everyone wanted. It's the result that we all predicted and we all guessed. There's one thing predicting it, but then to see it come to fruition,
Yeah, we all
that's
said. Well, me and you both said Senegal win.
yeah.
So
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 it's it was a good tournament as you guys have said. It had good games, had a couple of good goals in it. Morocco were a decent team, arguably the best team. Arguably, you could go either way when it comes to the best team of the tournament. With Senegal, obviously honorable mentions to like other teams like Ivory Coast and Cameroon and all that stuff.
I thought
Other
Nigeria, as much as we hate to say it, I even thought Nigeria were very good
Yeah,
until
obviously
the
they
Morocco
were
match.
unbeaten. They were unbeaten, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like I said, and then a lot of players had standout tournaments. It was a good tournament as a whole. Um, and then just said the final. At least they're talking about Afcon. At least it's for the wrong reason. If you see all if you see all the headlines, it's all about the wow, final players walking off, disgrace, chaos. But nah,
They had every. I
the
was gonna
real
say they
fans
had
was.
every. Sorry, go on, bro. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, yeah, the real fans could appreciate it for what it is, and I feel, yeah, as a whole, it was a good tournament and it was a good final, in the sense of football was being played. Well, as you said, it wasn't the most exciting, but football was being played. Two best teams going at it, and the result for everyone that everyone wanted happened. So yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's true. And look, as everyone has said, if you watch social media and seen on social media, the collective, the unanimous thought is that Africa won in Afcon. And there's a variety of reasons why that was said. We obviously brought up the fact of people have been talking about Morocco and this tournament being bought by them. decisions going their way. As we said, Tanzania should have had a penalty, Cameroon should have had a penalty, Nigeria weren't getting decisions. Ironically, the referee was Ghanaian for the Nigeria semi-final, but
We actually, you know what? Yeah, I thought I'd be happy about it. Yeah, but I actually feel sorry for them. Look at the way these Nigerians will not act like this. Like
yeah.
them man have
But
shame. These guys,
but
anyway,
to be fair to Nigeria, let's be honest. When you actually look at the game, like
they weren't. No, they weren't in it.
they should never have won that game.
Yeah.
And they had no chance to do it in penalties, and they didn't. And then you come to this game, and I think what people need to understand is that the context of everything, and I'm going back to previous tournaments that have been in North Africa, and you have to deal with the fact that um, the North African team seemed to be getting the results. I remember, I can't even remember which tournament it was, and Ivory Coast playing Egypt, and every 5 minutes, Egypt was rolling around on the floor. They got every single decision, and I think that was the first time that I felt to myself like, what is going on here? What are you watching as to why? Whenever these tournaments seem to be in North Africa, there seems to be a problem with refereeing, and the favoritism is blatant.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that that's always the case? And then you come to this tournament and you look at the favouring decisions that they got. You look at the fact, let's take Senegal in isolation. They got the train to Rabat. They got to the station, no security, nothing, getting mauled by fans, having to push their way through to get to where they need to get to. Then their training complex is right next to Morocco's. Morocco can see everything they're doing. They said, no, we don't want to be here. We don't want that. They had allegedly, there was a drone that was flown over their training session, spying on them. Like, why has that happened? Then you go over to the towel situation, which ST brought up. Third goalkeepers having to, and the towel situation didn't happen once. It happened with Nigeria, right, where they took his towel. It even happened in the third, fourth place game between Nigeria and Egypt, where a Moroccan steward took the Nigerian goalkeeper's towel again. And it wasn't even Morocco playing, it was Egypt, but another North African team. Right? So that has all happened before the final has taken place, where in which Senegal actually complained to CAF about this. Right? So there's already complaint being lodged because of all these things. We get to the game, we've been through the chain of events, and then it implodes after the referee gives the penalty. So that's the context behind all of this. And the final nail in the coffin, before that penalty, the fact that you had a 65,000 seater stadium and Senegal fans only got 3,000 tickets. 65,000 seater stadium, Senegal fans for a final. This isn't an away game, right? This is a final where it should be, the allocation should be split equally. 3,000 tickets, and they said that the whole stadium was sold out. So that's another thing that they got away with. So you get all of that, and then you get this happen where you can clearly see the corruption with the referee.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think was going to happen? Because this is the thing that pisses me off about TalkSport and Simon Jordan and Sky Sports, all these massive media outlets that aren't given the full context of what was transpiring in front of our eyes, because they don't care about Afcon. They never have done. They didn't want to cover it. They had no interest in it. It's only because the controversies happened so they could put African football down. That's why they have now decided to talk about it. Right? So when you get all of this and then you get the decision taking place, what did you think was going to happen? Now, we get to the whole walking off the pitch. ST and I were vocal, and I'm still to this day, I stand on business. It was the right thing to do.
Right, cool.
Does it put a stain on African football? Of course it does. Because as far as we're concerned, whether you feel hard done by or not, you should finish the game. But in the heat of the moment, I was like, fuck it. Go off, let them have it. If they want to win this way, let them win this way. Because at this moment in time, it was Senegal versus everyone else in that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, let them have it. Let them have it. Chow tells his players to come off. They go into the dressing room. As we said, Mane said no. And we have to give Mane credit because
there was a couple other players as well that stayed on the pitch the whole time.
There's
There was like two or three.
Idrissa Gueye was still out there, and he was the captain. Idrissa Gueye was the captain, and he was there as well. But I think Sadio Mane, because the eyes were on him more than anybody else,
senior man.
He said, I'm going to go and get the players back. Let's get out here. We need to finish this. Whether we like it or not, we need to finish it. But I think the whole reason why that took place is not only because Sadio Mane stood on business and he's an ultimate professional, but Sadio Mane, obviously being a Muslim brother, made his prayers to Allah. So it doesn't matter if you pray to God, pray to Allah, Vishnu, whomsoever you pray to. And he said, you know what? It's in the Lord's hands what takes place. Whatever happens, happens. And that's why we got to the point of Brahim Diaz and Panenka. And ST and I've already said it was pure arrogance because he wanted to humiliate Senegal. Mm-hmm. He wanted to show that, because it wasn't a case of we want to humiliate you because you walked off the pitch. We want to humiliate you because you're trying to play the mind games. This was, we want to humiliate you because you are beneath us. That was what that represented. Mm-hmm. He wanted to do it to show, because I'm light-skinned, I'm more white than you, they accept me more, I'm going to embarrass you and make you look like the slaves that you are. That's what that was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the Lord said no. The Lord said no. We're going to do this, and you're going to do it fair. So you're going to try and Panenka. That's going to go into Mendy's hands, and you're going to have to play the rest of the game. You Panenkaed, then you had to get subbed because you are balling like a bitch. Yeah? You are balling like a bitch. Yeah? Because you just went and fucked up for your whole country, and you know for a fact they ain't never gonna forgive you for it.
They never calling it off again. He's never getting called out.
They're calling him Spanish. They're saying he's not Moroccan.
They're never, bro. He's lucky he's gonna get out of the country alive. He's lucky he's gonna. And I'm not advocating for something happening to him. I'm just telling you the way how it looked, and the way how his coach was cussing him. He's lucky to get out of the country alive. I was
surprised about that.
Because, bro, listen. Like, ST, you know what I'm like. If you did that in a game like that, bro, I would have fought you there and then. You cannot do something like... Your name's not Zidane, bro.
No, but to be fair, I can't lie. I mean, TJ, you can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie. I'm touched like that. You know, I would try something like that. That's the thing.
Bro, I will.
You put more power into it. That was a weak
bro, I'll fight you. I don't care, bro. 2 minutes on, I'll fight you, bro. Like, it's a final and you're gonna do that, bro. You bet, and you don't score, bro.
That's madness.
I'm banging you in your face for that.
You're better off putting your foot through it and then smacking it,
bro. I'd rather you do that. I'd rather you do that and hit the
just
post
hit it over.
Than do that soft.
That's a madness. That's a madness.
Man had to go off balling like a bitch.
Yeah? I was laughing at him the whole time he was doing it.
Yeah, because he look. Emotions aside, I do feel for him because he's still young. He didn't have the maturity to take that penalty. For what he did. And
Hakimi wanted to take the penalty.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Hakimi wanted to take the penalty. He was
if you know Hakimi took it, that would have been top bins, like sliding
Hakimi should have pulled rank then, because he's the captain.
He should have pulled rank. He
should have pulled rank because he could be captain. But listen, I'm glad he didn't. Anyway, but yeah. So, and then you have the situation where obviously Senegal go on. They score the top bins. Should have made it 2-0. Oh, should have made it 2-0 with the centre forward. Oh my!
That was Bush.
Bro. But don't get,
I
but don't
know
get me wrong.
Bonu did well. Bonu did very
Bonnie
well
did well.
there.
He was the best goalkeeper in the tournament. But what I
He
will
did well
say
today.
is
He should have scored.
after Senegal's goal, it wasn't as if Morocco didn't play. They had chances. They had chances after
Again, hit the
Senegal
post.
scored. Yeah, they had chances to score. So I'm not going to say that. Oh yeah, that happened and Senegal dominated the rest because Morocco did have chances to score, but Senegal won the game. And here's my final thing before I bring the man then back in. The Morocco manager is a fucking disgrace.
I can't stand him.
He's a disgrace,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this is why my issue comes because you tried to do this whole friendly thing with Chow after the game, after the antics that you were carrying on with when you got the penalty and the disrespect that you were showing, man. And then you tried to do the shake the hands thing so you could show the world, trying to
That
put on
you're
this performance so you could show the world, well, no hard feelings. Man weren't having it because he knew what you were. Then you go into the press conference after, obviously he had his grievances with what took place. Obviously he said it's shameful for Afcon and African football and whatnot and blah, 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 blah. Right? He's a disgrace, bro. And it's not the first time he's done something like this. It's not the first time he's done something like this. And it obviously Senegal are looking at being fined, sanctions, all the rest of it because of what's taken place.
the manager's been suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, manager's been suspended indefinitely. Who cares?
Man said, "Who cares? You're a hero.
Who cares? Because let's be realistic, man. And I know obviously everyone goes to the World Cup thinking that they're going to have a chance. But, bro, this was the trophy that needed to be won, and he got the job done. Simple as that. But what I will say is that this moment will go down in history. And yes, rightly or wrongly it will. But the one thing it did, as Mr. K said, is that it had people watching. It had the world watching. And it had the world watching because of the controversy and they said what they said. But man, then what it also did is allowed social media and people's algorithms to be filled with not only the controversy of the penalty and the walking off,
But the context
but
behind
the
it.
towel incident and the context of what happened before the game and what was going on in the stadium, right? So it could be revealed about all the mistreatment that the Senegalese players and their staff had to go through in this tournament. So it did highlight all of this stuff as well. So it wasn't just on Senegal, contrary to what your belief in terms of these big media outlets. But social media allowed to show that all the shit that was going on behind the scenes that you didn't see. And that's why we had the universal coming together of people to say that they were delighted that Senegal won and African football won. And
Also,
here's my
go
final
on,
thing on these the Moroccans and all you other North African countries. Don't play in Afcon no more. Because you don't want to be a part of Africa. You don't claim to be African. Not all, but a lot. Not all, but a lot. Have your Arab Cup that you lot are trying to organise. Go play in that. Don't need to be in Afcon because you don't want to be a part of Africa. You haven't got the pride of Africa. You're all about yourselves. And they will turn around and say that Africans didn't want to accept them. Africans accept everybody because Africa was the original. It's the original. That's where everybody comes from, Africa. They welcome everybody, which is why, unfortunately, slavery and all the rest of it happened because we were too welcoming, right? You decided to take it upon yourself to segregate yourself. Tell people that, no, I'm not African unless it's Afcon. But any other time, I'm Arab. So take your Arab Cup and stay out then. Ain't no one begging you to be here. We were there first anyway. Before the people, I'm not gonna give you.
Maybe FIFA begging them like, because they need the
Yeah, so FIFA will
they
be.
need to
Yeah,
launder the money.
yeah.
Like,
FIFA will be begging them because and
Mhm.
Infantino. Don't think we didn't see you when the penalty got
He's a
missed. Don't think we didn't see how upset you were when the penalty got missed because we
and even
saw that. We
even
saw that.
Infantino, and also I can't stand him. Yeah, even in his post match debrief, there was nothing about the Moroccan behaviors. He's like, oh, the Senegalese were so
Yeah, because we
disgraceful
know,
for walking.
but Manda, we know
Idiot.
what this is. We know what this is. You listen. The tournament was put in Morocco for a reason, and don't forget. Remember, Morocco were trying to get the Club World Cup, and they want the World Cup as well. Let's not
no,
forget that.
I don't know the full story, but weren't the Afcon supposed to be in another country, and then they failed.
Cameroon.
Yeah, they failed to get obviously all
Yeah.
the infrastructure and basically get the tournament running.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
Morocco kind of was given to Morocco. But obviously, I don't know the
Yeah.
full context and the
Yeah,
story
that's
about it.
exactly
Yeah,
what
You're right.
happened.
And don't get me
yeah,
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Miss K. You're very valid in your point. Don't get me wrong. The infrastructure that Morocco had was great. Them
It
stadiums
was
were
fantastic.
great. The pitches were
Yeah.
great. That I can't fault them in that aspect. But at the same time, my whole thing is that, and this is why there's this whole segregation of North Africa and everyone else in Africa. You created that dynamic. No one else did. If you were
Hmm.
willing to accept that your African people would accept you. But right now you're just having a residency because you believe yourselves to be something else. But
And
if you
even
be,
what makes it worse as well, even in their countries, the North African countries, they see any African which is not them as lowest class citizens. A lot of
Mhm,
them do the smallest of jobs. A lot of them they treat them like they're the scum of society, and it's
exactly.
well known and it's out there.
Exactly. And that's my point is that you don't want the association. You're only African when it comes to Afcon. Any other time you
Mhm.
don't want it. Fine, then don't participate at all. It's cool.
Mhm.
But we're not gonna do the politics. We're not gonna do. We've had our TED talk. Um,
well,
getting up. Huh?
guys, see the what the Moroccan journalist did
Oh
to
yeah,
the
my man couldn't
That is
talk.
that is
no, and also
disgusting.
when they all got up and walked out as well. Did you all see that
What's
part as
that?
well?
Yeah,
Who
that's
got
what
up?
I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Moroccan
Yeah,
journalist.
yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
I
the man
loved it.
walked in with his daughter, they all got up and walked out. Look,
They wanted to
pettiness.
say they wanted to say some stuff. They wanted to say some racist stuff. I listened, and then I looked at the guy, the Senegalese manager. He stood there and he was smiling.
Yeah, and he
He
should be
said,
smug.
"Yeah." He
He
said,
he he
"Yeah."
he should have been smug because you had everything going against you, and the Lord willing, they couldn't succeed. Everything was put in their favor, down to the referee giving the penalty.
Mhm.
The referee put it on a platter, but you know what the Lord said? The Lord said no. We're not going to allow this to take place. You're not
Mhm.
going to have this injustice. Justice will be served. You lot will play the extra time, and then we'll see who is the best. And that is why Senegal ended up winning. But
But it's sad as well, man, because even for his daughter to see that as well, she's gonna be growing up thinking, "Dad, what happened?" and stuff like that. Do you know how mad you have to be as well? And these Moroccan journalists, yeah, listen. Anyway, let me not even say anything, yeah, because
emotions are high.
yeah, I was
I completely understand it, but we can't tarnish everybody with the same brush. This is why I said a lot
good.
and not all. But when we look at the tournament on a whole, I don't know. Maybe it's me, but infrastructure, pitches wise, and the type of football played, I think it was one of the best tournaments. But I don't think it was the best tournament. I think the one in Ivory Coast 2 years ago was way better in terms
Yeah.
of the shocks and the drama and all the like everything that took place. I think from a footballing perspective, I think that was better
I agree.
than this tournament. This tournament didn't really have any shocks. There wasn't
Yeah,
really
because it was all the favorites were there.
yeah, it kind of just went to
I
script
remember.
and
I remember when Ghana held it. I'm not just saying because the pitches and the infrastructure was appalling. in Ghana at the time. However, the entertainment, the football, the shocks, and I feel like more countries are like there used to be more flavor, if you understand what I mean. More dancing, more
Yeah,
like
this one
culture.
seemed, even that, because in Ivory Coast as
Yeah,
well, it was. But I think that's just the dynamic. Again, I think that's just dynamic. Maybe when you have it in West Africa, because a lot of
yeah,
more West African fans can
yeah.
travel and go there, you get that flavor. Whereas
Mhm.
in North Africa, it's not so. I think that's the case, but. I think it was in terms of the football we actually saw play, because obviously a lot of it say you still get the skeptics saying it's push football, it's just up in the air, banana foot, all the rest of it, blah blah blah.
Hey,
So I think
Senegal were playing football.
they
People
were
don't watch
They're
Senegal
ballers.
played football, Morocco, Nigeria played
Nigeria
football,
playing football.
even Ivory Coast. Like
First
a
play
lot of
football.
good teams was able to showcase the talents that they have and the players that they have. Uh, Better than in previous Afcons. That I will say. But ST, for you, what was your taking the final out? Take the final out. What was your moment of the tournament taking the final out? Like, what's a moment that sticks in your mind that you think to yourself, yeah, I enjoyed that, or a match that you sat there and thought, yeah, I enjoyed that.
This is where I'm gonna become petty again. You see when Mane took that shot in the semi-final against Egypt and sent that pyramid pennant out and said 2-0, cuz. 3-0. He said 3-0. That's my moment of the tournament. I said yes. All these guys hailing up that pyramid pennant, that that pen merchant, that tapping merchant, that foolish guy, Wallahi Wright Phillips, man. That guy. I loved it. You should have seen the smile on my face because this guy thought he's gonna win, but his Afcon dreams are done, and he's one of them. He's smug. He's the same as the Moroccans. That was my favorite thing of the tournament when Mane scored and said, "I was the man in Liverpool, not you. I am the best African players. 2 Afcons, World Cups. What do you have? You got nothing." Egypt had seven championships, and I used to remember watching them because they had some against Ghana. They were a great side. Abu Treka, Ahmed Hassan, and all these guys. Since you came into this picture, 0 Afcons, 2 finals, no goals in the finals, suffering because of your pyramid pennant. I loved it. I'm so happy. That was my moment. The joy in my heart when I saw Mane said, "Yeah, you think you're bad? I'm better than you." So, yeah, sorry.
No, I hear it. I hear it. Okay. What's your moment in the tournament? I know obviously you wasn't as heavily invested as us two. Well, is there a moment for you outside of the final that you thought, oh yeah, I enjoyed that, or was there a match that you thought, oh yeah, I
Bro,
enjoyed that?
you just put man on blast like that, yeah. Just expose a man,
I
saying
never
that yeah,
said
the
you.
true African, true Ghanaian, bro. Like man didn't even watch
I
it.
never
Like, why
said
is he
that.
here? Like,
I never said that. Obviously, commitments,
But
innit? Commitments.
yeah,
no, some of my probably best moments were yeah, normally it would be the fans, but like as you said, the fans weren't really doing the AFCON fan thing this time
mhm.
round. Obviously, you had that. Was it DR Congo guy, the guy standing in the crowd the whole game?
Oh
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that
my
Well
that
done.
brother.
that that was the
Yeah,
highlight.
We got
yeah,
we
yeah.
nah. K is right, and we have to shout him out. I
Yes,
can't
well
remember the
done. Yeah.
context. ST, what's the
But then it
context
became for
behind that?
charity. It's to do with like honoring like their previous leader who like was
So
Yeah.
brought them independence or something like that.
Mm,
yeah, so I'll basically do a briefing. So the previous guy, Practice Luamba, is the president's name, I think.
hmm
I mean, so no, sorry, one of the prime ministers in Congo. At the time, they were under Belgian rule, and
mm,
Belgium,
Yeah.
with the colonial system with the DRC Congo was very bad. It was very bloody, and he would constantly try to, push black power and the Congolese power just to say like this is our country, we should take it back. The Belgians and the French got a hold of this and eventually killed him.
mm,
But because of that, a riot started, and then Congo then became free.
mm,
They obviously then went to Zaire on the president Mobutu, but then obviously he passed away, and then they went back to the DRC Congo. So he was like a freedom fighter for Congolese people, and he's well revered. There's even a street named after him in Algeria and stuff like that. So it was a bit ironic how the guy mocked him, but he obviously didn't know at all.
Mm.
That's what I think. But yeah, so that's the reason, the context behind it. And this particular man will do his the Patrice Luamba's salute,
Mm.
and he does it for the whole 90, the whole duration of the game, just as a tribute to him. So it's a fantastic cause. I fully agree with it, and I said it's an amazing. That is actually one of the most amazing things in Afcon. That was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
interesting to watch,
yeah.
and it was and it's also taught about Congolese and African history as well, because not a lot of people knew that. I didn't know that until he did that, and I read about it, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So shout him out.
Yeah, nah. That's solid, aka 100%.
Yeah, I think that was my highlights, and then there was some good goals as well. As well. Yeah.
Right, there was, but yeah.
I'm gonna say one more thing as well. Sorry, and I'm done. Yeah, I never thought I'd ever say this, but I actually say shout out to Nigeria. They played some really good football, and I actually think that Iwobi was probably one of the best players. And back in the tournament,
Nah, he balls when he plays for Nigeria, though. He balls.
had a good tournament.
Him and Bassi was brilliant. And I don't say this lightly.
He was like, Chukwueze, I'm going to show you, Pepper. You go on to me, yeah.
Chukwueze can't talk to this man again, bro.
He said, Chukwueze, you this is not club level. This is now national level. I'll come to you.
He said, Chukwueze, you are the small boy. Small boy now. You are not small boy. That's it. You are the small boy. I'm the big son. That's it. You can't chat to him.
You can't chat to him after what Chukwueze did in the penalty shootout in the semi-final, bro. Honestly, but Nigeria was giving me life. Them man there, Chukwueze was amusing. I think that was one of the highlights for me. 100% agree with Mr. K and ST. You know already with the pyramid pennant, bro. Like you know what it is. Like, bro, 0 Afcons. Egypt have won 0 Afcons. He's won 0 Afcons, right? This guy getting put in conversations that he shouldn't be in. Drogba, Eto'o, George Weah, Yaya Toure, now Sadio Mane, bruv. Don't put this guy in conversations that he doesn't need to be in, bro. Honestly, and on Sadio Mane, Mandem, this is to the both of you. Obviously, 2 Afcons, 2 players of the tournament. The only other 2 people that have done that is Roger Miller and Samuel Eto'o. Obviously, he's got a Premier League title, Champions League, won everything domestically in England. Where do we rank Sadio Mane in African football? Like, is he number 1? Is he top 5? Is he top 10? Where to the 2 of you? Where do you both have Sadio Mane now? And we know he's going. We know this is. He said this is his last Afcon. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen in the World Cup, but it's highly unlikely that he'll win a World Cup. If he does, then bloody hell. But yeah, where do we rank him, man? Them in African football. Where are we putting him?
Definitely top 5 for me, at least.
Yeah.
For now, I would say top 5. I do think for me, Eto'o is the best. Eto'o is the best for me because of everything he won, the trebles, the players that he was playing and leveling in Barcelona, all these things, and Afcons that he won, the Olympic medal that he won, all these things. So I'd have Eto'o 1, and then to be fair, between Drogba, Mane, all these guys, you can mix them up. But Mane is definitely top 5, easily.
Okay.
No, yeah, I knew where you were going with it when you was like speaking about the just introducing this little question, and I was just trying to think of like where would I put him, and it is so hard to like say he's out of the top 5 or even top 3. You can even argue because of the accolades against his name. Oh yeah, it's a difficult one, man. I think he might have to go into the top 3. Then you have to put him in there.
That's fair.
I listen.
But then this could be prisoner of the moment sort of thing. Like And
The
then
only
maybe
reason
ask
why
me again in a year's time, it might be a bit different. He might drop down to top
I
6 or 7. So
the only reason why I put him top five and not three and stuff like that because I feel like some of the other players they were better. If you make
yeah,
sense, they
without
were a lot
winning,
better.
without the accolades, they were better players.
They were better players in the
And meant
tournaments. Yeah,
more to
exactly.
the team as well. They're a lot more influential in
Exactly.
games and stuff like that. So
That's why it's arguable. For example, with someone like Drogba. I know Drogba. You could probably a lot of people will say, "Oh, Mane's won this and Drogba's not won this," but you need to remember the level of players he got into constant African Cup finals, and he was playing teams which were serious teams like that Egypt level team. They were world class players, even more world class players than they were when Mane's playing. So it's arguable, isn't it?
It
And then
is.
you have
It is. Listen, it's the context of debate. Obviously, people are always going to have players that they favor and players that they don't. Me personally, I agree with ST. I'd have him in my top five. It's very, very difficult to put him right now because it's off the cuff, top of our heads. I can't for definite say he's top three. All I know, the only thing I can say, he's not number one for me. He's not number
no,
one for me.
no.
So I can say that for sure. After that, it's debatable, but I'd have him top five. Obviously, with like say Eto'o, Drogba, George Weah. Then you got
Asamoah Gyan.
that.
yeah, they're not respected. Listen, he's top. He's one of the top 10 in there. I'd say for the amount of goals he scored as well. For he's up there.
Yeah, listen. When I think if I think about obviously Drogba, Eto'o, Mane, Yaya, Mahrez, George Weah, Salah.
Oh,
Asamoah Gyan.
there's people in like from like the 90s and the 80s that you will forget though as well because we all got.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
It's
we
easy to
can't put that.
remember
Yeah,
yeah,
recent history.
yeah. Well, but obviously, there's names that you just don't forget. But
Like
yeah. Like
Loren, Jeremy, all these like guys
Ebedi,
from
Ebedi Pele, and all these stuff like
yeah,
that.
so
yeah,
Gilbert.
there's
exactly.
there's
Yeah,
quite a few. But I think the
yeah,
ones that
Sammy
don't
Kufuor,
like
yeah.
there's guys out there obviously like
Haji.
Kanu and all them man. Like
Yes,
it's crazy the
Kanu,
amount. And
Mido.
yeah, exactly. So this is the point. The point is, I definitely have him in the top five. But the way how the man then went through all those names is just to show the strength of African football and how
We
many
haven't even said
players that
Okocha and all these guys. Yeah, it's
how
true.
many players African football has produced, and that's only the guys that decided to play for African countries. You've got the ones that are playing for the France and Belgium and all the rest of it as well. So it just goes to show, as much as they try and put African football down, and as much as they try and make it look as though African football is bush and this, that, and the other,
They still
African
got the
football
players.
is constantly producing world class talent, and we cannot let the agendas make it look otherwise. Um, but people, listen, we're gonna wrap up there. It's been a highly charged, emotional one. But let us know what you think in the comment section. Were you team Senegal? Were you team Morocco? What do you think about the corruption? Do you think that there is corruption? Do you think it unfolded in front of your eyes, or do you just think that people are going over the top? Do you think Senegal were right to walk off to the pitch, or do you think they were wrong? What do you think about Brahim Diaz? Do you think that Panenka was done on purpose, or do you think that he was trying to do fair play?
Oh, do you know Morocco actually as a team won fair play of the fair
Oh,
play
that
award as well? So I
nonsense.
couldn't believe that.
You see
That's
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
To
You
even
see
bring it
what
That's
I'm
up.
like
saying?
I forgot
that's
to
like
even bring it up
Trump.
during the poddy. Oh my days.
You see what I'm
That
saying?
that
You,
that's what Trump. That's
They
like
won
Trump
the
winning.
fair play award. Oh,
Remember when Trump won the Peace
the Nobel
Award for
Peace Prize.
FIFA? Bruh,
bro,
this is
and
the
there you
same
have it,
thing.
people. And there you have it. Enough said.
Oh.
Enough said. Let us know what you think about this Afcon tournament as a whole. What was your favorite moment? Where do you rank Sadio Mane? Do you have him top number one? Do you have him top three? Do you have him top five? Do you have him top 10? Do you have him outside of the top 10? And what do you think about the pyramid pennant failing again? Failing for his country again. Failing for Egypt. Egypt, who were serial winners of Afcon. He has failed again. Was this his last chance? We want to hear from you. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. As I say all the time, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Want to say a huge thank you very much to ST and Mr. KA. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, boys. Put your hands in the air. You know, Wakanda forever.
Thank you.
Come on.
I should have worn my tried outfit, man. Come in
Yes.
celebrating.
Coach, please put your hands in the air for Wakanda.
It was there.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We respect it. That's it. I love it.
I'm telling you, people coming up. Obviously, as I said in the other poddy, ST and Tooth and I will be back for Boxing Talk. Tiafomo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Also, Footie Chat will be back later on in this week, as we ST and I actually have something to be happy about.
You see, God, to this weekend, run it back.
I wasn't surprised, you know. I wasn't surprised to see for that result, but I'll leave you to talk about it.
But anyway,
we have something to celebrate. We'll talk about. We'll be back, and hopefully we'll have Mr. K with us.
I said we wouldn't lose, so I'm happy.
As we look forward to the big game of this weekend, as we go up against champions-elect Arsenal. But yes, people, listen, it's been a good one. Stay safe out there. Be safe. And as everybody has saying, Africa was saved by Sadio Mane, and Africa won the African Cup of Nations. Peace.